Now, I know how difficult it can be to start exercising again, especially when everything in your environment is telling you that you should sit around and do nothing. But the fact that you clicked on this video is the first step in the right direction. The second step is to stick around where I teach you guys everything you need to know about push-ups, as well as a short 5-minute workout which you can apply in order to increase the amount of push-ups that you can do. Now, the push-up is a great compound movement which focuses primarily on our chest, as well as our triceps and our shoulders as secondary muscles. And it's an awesome exercise because it's basically free. It doesn't require any expensive gym equipment and can be done basically anywhere. So now we'll go over the proper form in order to train these muscles correctly, and more importantly, doing it in a way which is safe and preventing injuries. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to keep your shoulders back and down, and you want to hold this throughout the entire movement. Now, it's important to note that this is not important only for push-ups, but rather any sort of chest exercise that you're doing. You want to put your shoulders back and down. Now, a lot of people have troubles developing their chest, and the reason why is that they're keeping their shoulders rolled forward when they're doing the movement. And this is going to focus more on the shoulders and triceps than the actual chest. So you just want to make sure that it's back and down, and it's held throughout the entire movement. And this is also going to put your shoulders in a very strong and safe position. Now, the next thing we want to do is focus on our feet and hand position. Now, I'm comfortable with and recommend keeping your hands just a little bit wider than shoulder length and your feet just a little bit narrower than shoulder length. The third thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our back is straight throughout the whole movement. Now, we don't want it curling down, and at the same time, we don't want our backside up in the air. We just got to make sure to keep a straight back. The fourth thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our head and our neck are straight and that we're looking down. We don't want to be looking forward and keeping our head up, and at the same time, we don't want our head down because this is going to put a lot of unnecessary strain on our neck, and we definitely don't want that. The next thing we want to do is you want to keep a 45-degree angle in our elbows. We don't want our elbows flaring up because this is going to put more emphasis on our shoulders, and it's going to put a lot of unnecessary strain, which we don't want. And at the same time, we don't want them by our sides because we're not doing a hip push-up right now. We're just doing a conventional push-up. So we just want to make sure that it's at 45 degrees. And the last point is that we want to make sure that when we're doing the movement, we're going 2 to 3 seconds down. And on the way up, we can go a little bit faster, but we want to keep the whole movement very nice and controlled. This is going to prevent injury, and at the same time, it's actually going to help to work on the muscles. Now, I was doing the push-ups here with flat hands, and I understand that some people have issues with their wrists. So if this is the case, then you can do them on your knuckles. If both of these though are still giving you an issue, then you can invest in some push-up stands, which are not too expensive. They're only about $10 to $20. Okay, so this workout is going to consist of 5 sets of 10 push-ups. Now, 2 things to keep in mind is the first is you always want to keep a tight core. You want to keep your stomach nice and flexed while you're doing the movement. And the second thing is you really want to make sure that you're breathing. You don't want to be holding your breath, and you want to make sure that you're exhaling on the way up. Now, I decided to go ahead and use a push-up stands, but if you don't have access to them, then it's fine if you do them on your palms or on your knuckles. Okay, so we're gonna rest for 45 seconds and then we're gonna do our next set. Now, if you can't do at least 5 good push-ups, then what I recommend is doing them on your knees, and I'll show you how to do that here. Now, if you're able to get in at least 5 good push-ups, but you can't quite do 10, then what you're gonna wanna do is do the first 5 regularly, and then the last 5 you're gonna switch and do them on your knees, and I'll show that here as well. And say I can't do the next one, then we're gonna switch to our knees. So the important thing with this workout is that you're making sure that you reach 10 reps. Even if this means doing the push-ups on your knees, or even if it means just taking a few seconds to rest in between the push-ups. But just make sure that you reach 10 reps. As for how often you should do this workout, you're going to want to do it every other day, but if you're finding that you're still a little bit sore, then you should do it every 3 days. But I wouldn't go longer than that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that workout, and if you have any questions or feedback, definitely leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.